I do need to find somewhere to have a cup of tea though. Oh, I've been riding for an hour, it's 8:30, it's beautiful, the roads are clear, the sun's shining. And who needs caffeine to get going when you've got a Am Ryker, huh? Amazing. Just had to have a little stop, A, because there was parking here, but B, because I had to get my helmet off and get rid of my numb bum for a bit, because Ditzy here left their airflow padded seat out on the bike overnight, so it got very wet. So it's now hanging and drying because it's got little ridges in it, so it all blows up. So if you sit on it when it's wet, you get a bit of a douche. But anyway, while I'm here and it's not too windy, I'll tell you a little bit about the bike that I'm actually riding. So for those of you who don't know what I'm riding, this is Bumblebee, and she's a Am Ryker 600cc twin Rotax engine, covered in sheep poo and all other stuff at the moment. Hopefully there's going to be a hose pipe. That's my tank girl look. I took a cigarette out of her mouth though. I got it done with my Can-Am girl on it, because I didn't want to promote smoking and drinking and things like that. But this is my Bumblebee. Tell you what, I'd love to come not camping next time. I would love to do it, because this is all I would be taking. I wouldn't have all that stuff up and packed on. It is much nicer to ride her. So you do ride with the foot pegs quite a bit, which is nice. I know it's on 3 wheels, but you do have to ride her quite hard, quite heavy on the shoulders and the arms and the elbows. But she is easy to ride because she is twist and go, literally. You point her in the right direction and you've got reverse if you want to reverse, twist to go, and a foot brake there to stop. And now I'll try and answer some of the other questions. So, as I said, she's a Can-Am Ryker. Can-Am stands for Canada and America. No, I didn't have to get her imported. There are lots of dealers around. Well, I say lots, there's quite a few dealers around in the UK. I got mine from 158 Performance in Tallington, which is in Lincolnshire, near Bourne. And obviously, big shout out to them. Dan, Giles and the crew are absolutely amazing. Thoroughly recommend them. But I'm a bit biased, say, because I bought my Ryker from them 2 years ago and always take it there for service and help, and they're just amazing. I love them there. They're so helpful. So yes, so you don't have to get them imported. They're already here. The Ryker came out in 2019. There was a new model came out in 2022. Mine is the 2019 model, and she's 2 years old. I got her in 2021. They do a 900cc model as well, and 900 Ryker Rally. Top speed is 85 miles per hour. Acceleration is pretty good, not as hot as a two-wheeler. But as you've probably seen today, I can get places that two-wheelers would find a little bit slippery and wouldn't particularly like. Other questions I get asked: what's she like to ride? Amazing, the best fun. Is she difficult to ride? No, she's easy. I do wear all my bike gear, but you know, you don't have to legally, but I think it's sensible to wear everything, because although they can't tip, they've got gyroscopics that come in to stop them from tipping. You can still come off, so I think it's sensible to wear all the gear, because if you come off of one of these at 60 mile an hour, even at 20 mile an hour, it's gonna hurt. And if, like me, you've already got disabilities and pain, you don't want to be giving yourself any more, really. So the most difficult part for me is getting my gear on. After that is easy. It's easier than driving a car. I find it a lot easier. For me, I was at the point 2 years ago where I was looking at a mobility scooter, and I was like, do I get a mobility scooter or do I get a Can-Am Ryker? No competition really. Cost, that was 10,500 on the road 2 years ago. But I did have a frame and a passenger seat put on. The Ryker Rally is a little bit more expensive, and I suspect the new model is a bit more expensive, but I haven't looked, so you have to have a little Google. How can you afford it? Well, I'm nearly 3 years without alcohol. 2 years without alcohol paid for that. Now, obviously I'd love everyone to give up alcohol, but that's your choice. because I just know what a great lifesaver living is. But we all have habits. We all spend lots of money that we don't need to spend. It could be the countless amounts of coffee that we have when we're out. It could be the cigarettes. It could be the alcohol, the sweets, whatever, the drugs. But 2 years of not drinking alcohol paid for her. So, you know, sometimes it's about looking at what you want out of life, really, and what the priorities are. I mean, drinking me would not be out doing this, seeing this stunning view and having fun. At this time on a Saturday morning, I'd probably be laying in bed nursing a hangover. Anyway, what else can I tell you? I'm sure there's lots of other questions that I answer, but I can't think of them right now. Oh, licence. Can I ride it on a car licence or a bike licence? If you got your car licence in England before 1999, then you have grandparents' rights and you can ride it on a car licence. There's a bit of discrepancy after that. Some places say 2012, some say 2015, but I know definitely 1999. Before that, you can drive it. So you have to do your own research really on that. And the best thing people is to, just search your nearest dealers and go and talk to the dealers about it. So after that, you have to have a full bike licence, which I think is pretty unfair, because if I had got my car licence more recently, I wouldn't be able to ride that, because there's no way I could do a bike licence, because I have, with my neurological conditions, balance issues. So I fall over my own 2 feet sometimes. There's no way I'm going to be able to balance on a motorbike. And that would have taken this opportunity away from me. So I really think that should be looked at, really. But that's just my personal view. Yeah, but that's it. I do think, though, I must say, I do think you should have to, if you're riding on a car licence, you should have to just do a day's course on riding a motorbike if you haven't ridden motorbikes before, like me. Because, there's things that I've learned. I didn't know about the road positioning 1, 2, 3, the 2-second rule, I still call them death stairs, lifesavers, that's what they're called. There's things that I didn't know about that you have to be much more aware of on a bike than in a car. So I think it would be good if you're riding on a driving licence for a car to actually have to do a day's course. I was lucky because obviously I had Andy riding with me, and my son did his test 2 years ago now, actually. So they were hot on it and telling me. So yeah, I think that's about it now. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Bye bye for now. Any more questions? Comment below and I'll try and answer them.